Okay, hey, this is Brent Leary, and I am still at CRM Evolution 2019. Actually, CRM Evolution, it's speech tech, it's smart customer service, and I think digital experience. There's 4 co-located conferences. I'm chairing CRM Evolution this year, which has been a great experience, but actually the coolest experience I've had over the last 2 days or so is reuniting with the gentleman to my right here, Duff. And Jay is right now currently at Chick-fil-A, but Jay actually gave me my first job out of school back in, I don't want to say, I'll say in 1990, when we were both living in Delaware, and the company is actually ICI, now it's Pharmaceuticals. But Jay, thank you for joining me, and it's really cool to see you.
It's been great to see you again too, Brent.
Absolutely. So I mentioned you're at Chick-fil-A now. What are you doing at Chick-fil-A?
I have a role leading some of our technology development, specifically with analytics, and definitely an eye towards artificial intelligence, and I'm here attending the speech tech conference. Chick-fil-A has a lot of interest in how speech technology, voice processing might improve our customer experience.
So I gotta ask you, because I already know how you feel. We started when we were both kind of working in CRM, but you don't really like CRM.
I definitely saw a positive impact of CRM in business, but it was definitely a very difficult technology to succeed in. And we had a difficult time keeping customers satisfied over the long haul. So I don't miss CRM at all.
All right, it has been quite a while, so it's come a bit of a way since the golden age, when we were back there.
Yeah, nobody likes recording the calls and recording what they said and how they spent every minute of the day. That was always tough.
That was a tough sell, yeah, absolutely. All right, but you mentioned that you're here mainly for speech tech, and you're interested in the voice stuff. Why don't you talk about why you're interested in voice technology for Chick-fil-A?
Okay, well, at Chick-fil-A, our customer experience is hugely important. Of course, we serve a great chicken sandwich, but it's the customer experience we keep our eyes focused on, and we see some promising technologies with speech and voice that would enhance that. So, for example, we're interested in improving the dialogue that people have when they're ordering. So it's important to us that we provide second mile service. Second mile service is a lot about maintaining eye contact and smiling.
Yeah, explain exactly what second mile service is.
Well, that's a term we use internally, and again, it focuses around maintaining eye contact as we talk, and smiling and engaging with the customer. And having worked in the store, I know how difficult it is to work a POS system, a point of sale system, while you're trying to keep track of the customer's orders, especially if they have any alterations, like no pickles or a different kind of cheese or whatever it is. I'm spending all my time trying to get the order right, and what happens is our dialogue kind of suffers, where I'm not able to maintain eye contact because I'm too busy trying to figure out the exception on my point of sale system. So we can see how speech and voice processing and LU is going to help. That if the computer assists us in taking the order, then I can maintain eye contact and smile, and it's a much better interaction. So that's one of the primary goals. One of the other things that I discovered attending, I'm really excited that I'm here, is looking at the acoustic quality and the content of what's being spoken on particularly by our team members. So we saw some technologies where we might, combined with vision, be able to measure our team member. Are they maintaining contact? Are they smiling? What choice of words are they using? What about their voice quality? And you really use that for training and some feedback, and then ultimately even to gamify it. So imagine if we randomly select team members. Again, this has nothing to do with our customers. We wouldn't measure customers, but watching our team members to give them feedback and say, hey, you were highly engaging, you were very pleasant, and even to make a game and a contest out of it. So those are some ideas I'm anxious to go back and explore.
The customer experience, it's apparent, is extremely important. It goes beyond just the food. Are there other interesting ways that you measure the customer's experience, how they're perceiving what they're doing, what they're getting from Chick-fil-A beyond the actual food?
Well, we do a lot of, we call them CEM surveys and customer experience. So clearly one of the primary vehicle is to give you a survey, and it's part of a receipt. We select you randomly, but we also get feedback in the app. So the mobile app is hugely important to us because that gives us some interaction, gives you a chance to interact with the brand. I'm a relatively new employee at Chick-fil-A, and I definitely tell my friends, hey, you got to get the app. That's how you get free stuff. That's how you know what's going on. You know, it's a great way of interacting, and there's good rewards when you use the mobile app. And then most of all, what I like about it is it makes it easier to order.
Yeah, that's really important. Actually, it's funny. I was just at the Chick-fil-A down where I live. It's actually in Lithonia, and I'm always amazed at. It doesn't matter what time of day you go to any of the Chick-fil-A's I've been to. There's always a long line in the drive-thru, but you guys are approaching. You're doing a couple of different things to make that experience a little better. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, the drive-thru experience is important to us, and how can we get your food to you as quickly as possible? How can we make that a good experience? So if you've been to a Chick-fil-A drive-thru, you know people will take your order upstream, and that's an important part of how we take orders. We're also looking at other metrics and using computer technology to watch and make sure that the flow is good. How can we optimize the experience? And then also we have multiple lanes coming down into one lane. We're looking at some technology to make sure to verify that, hey, that we've got the right order is at the window, despite how you went through the other lines. So again, we don't want to do anything creepy in terms of identifying people, but we do want to make sure that we've got the right order going to the right person when you go through the line. We also offer curbside delivery, so you can place an order, we'll deliver to you at curbside, and I think that's going to have a big future. I think the day is going to come when you might not even have a drive-through. I mean, it would certainly. I mean, I can imagine a day when I would rather not wait in a line, but I would rather just park and place my order using my phone or a car app, and then just have it delivered. And I think that there would be some efficiency gains with that. So certainly looking at technologies that'll make that possible as well.
And Chick-fil-A, I mean, I thought of it as more of a southern thing, but you guys are all over the place now.
We're expanding rapidly,
Yeah.
So we're definitely expanding out into the West, and it's an exciting time to be at Chick-fil-A. We're definitely growing. We're growing rapidly. We have a lot of new positions open, so check out our website at chickfila.com/careers. A lot of engineering applications. You don't generally think of technology when you think of great chicken sandwiches, but given the success of Chick-fil-A, we definitely have the money to invest back into the business,
right.
And I think we are definitely at the forefront of applying technology into the quick service restaurant industry.
Well, I had an opportunity to actually, this is years ago, go to Chick-fil-A headquarters, and one of the things they allow us to see is you've got these like mock stores, like full-blown, Chick-fil-A stores on campus, and it seemed like they were always looking to try to do things to positively impact customer experience.
Oh, absolutely. We call that the hatch. So there's a great deal of innovation at Chick-fil-A. Many, many different areas in the business, and we would say innovation is everyone's job. Just 2 weeks ago, we set up a complete drive-through simulation. So we had all the drive-throughs were reconstructed using foam board. We hired 30 or 40 people from the outside that weren't Chick-fil-A employees to participate in the simulation. And the whole idea was that, and we did have physical cars in the building to simulate the drive-through experience. And the whole idea was using speech technology to take the order. So, and we tried two different solutions. We tried one drive-through where there was no person there. You would just pull up to the window and technology would take your order and repeat your order back to you. And then on the other one, it was, we had a team member there, and it was kind of what I described earlier, in that they were there with an iPad, and the speech was picking up your order. It was being displayed on the iPad, and then the team member was there to make sure it was correct, but they were there engaging with the customer.
So, like you said earlier, instead of concentrating on getting the order right, it was more actually looking like you're just trying to create a connection experience while the technology is getting the order for you, so you don't have to concentrate all your efforts looking down and typing, you're able to concentrate on the person.
That's right. Our goal is clearly to improve the experience. It isn't to eliminate a person. It isn't really even to save money. The whole idea is how can we make that experience better for the customer? That's been the success of Chick-fil-A. So
I have to say, one of the, I get a chance to look at a lot of research and talk about with different companies. One of the things that I've seen, companies are spending lots of money on this kind of technology, and they say it's to improve the customer experience, but a lot of that is really spent on how do they reduce cost of serving customers, or how do they cut down on certain time frames, like drop a call from 1 minute to 50 seconds. So it all is kind of focused on them, but what you just said is you're focused on using all these great technologies to actually improve the customer experience first.
Well, that's true. The other thing I need to add, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, we also want to make it easier on the team member.
Right.
So, as you mentioned earlier, when you go to Chick-fil-A, we're blessed with a lot of success. There's frequently a line at Chick-fil-A. We love our restaurant operators and the team members there. We know they're under a lot of stress with the volume that goes through a restaurant, so how can we make it easier for them? If we make it easier for the team member, we know they're going to serve the customer better.
Right.
So, we're not really into a cost reduction mode. We're really into, hey, how can we help our team members serve customers better and in a way that's sustainable? So that's clearly where the focus is. Like, we never talk internally about, hey, how much can we reduce operations? It's always, how does this impact team members or operators, and how does this improve the experience for the customer?
And apparently the customers must enjoy it, because like I said, there's never a time where I don't see a line out there. So,
well, in this simulation, it really isn't ready. I mean, the technology, this isn't something you're going to see next week in a Chick-fil-A restaurant. That was clearly one of the conclusions. But we did see how this would work. We did see, hey, these are some of the aspects we didn't think about. These are things we need to explore a little more deeply. I'm totally confident the technology is going to get there. We definitely see technology providers on the way to achieving this type of capability, but it was apparent that as of the moment, it's really not ready. So we would never roll this out if it was going to make an unpleasant experience for 5% of our customers. That definitely wouldn't be acceptable to us.
Absolutely, that totally makes sense. Does this make you like CRM anymore now?
No, I think I'm going to stick with serving customers great chicken sandwiches.
Well, hey Jay, this has been great. First of all, thanks for taking the time, but it's really been great to actually catch up and see you after over 20 years. So
great, thanks.
We make sure we don't make it another 20 years, because we'll really be old at that point. Thanks again. That was fun.